As you all know, I started Boostly 6 years ago now. And over that time, I've grown from being just me on my laptop, on top of an IKEA-like table, balanced on top of the table in the kitchen, working silly hours, trying to get everything up and running, getting up at 4:30 in the morning, then doing the school run, coming back while the kids are at school, trying to do bits and all those things while, growing everything and trying to establish who I am, figure out what I'm doing and all of those things. It's now grown from that to where now Boostly has got 26 members of staff all over the world, from the website to the content, to the academy, to the boot camp, to the book. And it's been an unbelievable journey. There's one problem though, is that everything is very reliant on me. And over the last sort of year to 2 years, I've been trying to figure out how that everything can run without me being solely there all the time. And it's a problem that so many business owners have. You yourself watching this, whether you are watching this because you're part of the Boostly community and you're a host, or whether you've come to this video because you've a fan of Mike Michalowicz or a fan of the Clockwork, or just a business owner who's looking to try and take yourself out of it. And in this video, I want to give you my Clockwork commitment. Now, I'm a massive fan of Blinkest. So those of you who don't know Blinkest, it takes all of the business books that are out there and it reduces it into a 15-minute read or a 10-minute listen and just gives you the best bits. And I use Blinkest to discover new books because there's tons of books out there. And I find with Blinkest, you get a real good idea if you're going to really dig a book or not. And I discovered this book, Clockwork by Mike Michalowicz. So if you're watching the video, you'll see it's come up now. So Mike Michalowicz is probably really famous for Profit First. He's been an author for many years. He's done the Pumpkin Plan, Toilet Paperpreneur, so many other things. Clockwork, and now he's got other books. And I'm so excited because Mike's going to be a guest on this podcast. Depending on when you listen to this or watch this, he's going to be a guest on this podcast coming up, and I'm so excited. I've got so many questions that I want to ask. But anyway, this book really hit home with me the most. This is where I sort of went down the rabbit hole of all things Clockwork and Mike Michalowicz, because one of the big problems for me is as we grow, we've got more and more people coming in. There's more and more hosts that are joining Boostly, whether it is through the training side in the academy, whether it's the content creation side in Boostly Content Creator, whether it's the website, or now the books. And so having all of these things going on and having all these members of staff and all of these people to answer to and all of those things, it's now a big responsibility, because now it's not just me. I'm not just now building something where I'm helping host and having to obviously look after my family. Now I'm employing so many people from around the world and they've got families, and it's a big responsibility. So I've been looking for a bit of guidance personally, and this is me being honest and open, just like I've been documenting this journey for 6 years now. And this book is just really hit home, because what this book teaches you is how you can have your business pretty much running like clockwork, as in where every single team member, staff member, outsourcer, contract, whoever you hire in is on the same path to know what we're all working towards. And when you do that, what it then does is it means that you, the host, or anybody, whether it's a website, customer training or books or content, you get better support, you get better ideas, and you get better way of increasing your direct bookings, which is amazing. So I took the book and then I went to check it out a little bit more, deep dived, and I saw that there was something called the Run Like Clockwork Accelerator, headed up by Adrienne Dorison, who is a really good follow, by the way. Go check out podcast episodes and interviews that she's done. They've got the podcast, and the thing that they've got going on, the team they've got behind the scenes is amazing. And so I joined the Run Like Clockwork Accelerator, and part of it is you've got to give your clockwork commitment. And this is my clockwork commitment up on the screen right now. So I'm being accountable, just like I have done with everything, whether it's writing the book or anything that I've done. I'd like to have a bit of social accountability, because when you do it, it's out there in the ether, it's out there in the metaverse, it's out there on the socials, so people can hold you accountable to it. So it's right up there on the screen, and I'm going to read it out. So I, Mark Simpson, am making a formal commitment to the Clockwork Accelerator program and declare that I will make a priority over the next 12 months and beyond. And I joined this in January 2022. So by January 2023, this business and the book direct movement and everything, the Boostly, Team Boostly is going to be running like smoothly like clockwork, so it isn't so dependent on me all the time, because this has grown now to be more than just me. So I look forward to working with the team, RLC, Run Like Clockwork, and I commit to myself and the goals that I have for my business. I know it's a process, but every step counts. I will actually participate in the group calls and the Facebook community. I need to do better on the group calls. I will ask questions when I have them. I've been doing that. I will isolate myself, and when I get stuck, I will willingly share my wins, tips, and others in the community. I've been doing that. I acknowledge that in order to see real change, I must dedicate the time to what I learn and implement in my business, and as such will block out time in my calendar for both learning and implementation. And get better at reading on screens. That's what the recording the audio book does for you. I will ask my team for support as we implement this work, because even though I might not always be the best at receiving help, I know they're a big part of this process. I will take my test vacations over the next 12 months, done that, because I understand that they are part of the process and the key to getting the data my business needs to be fully clockworked. I understand that I may not have a fully clockworked business at the end of these 12 months, because this will depend on where I started, but I will be equipped with the tools and strategies I need to continue to refine my operations and be able to remove any bottleneck growth and to success in eternity. Now, what I really love about this is that I'm getting so many ideas in how I can improve Boostly in the academy and the training and the website and the content moving forward. Things like this really help give yourself the accountability, and it's giving all these amazing ideas. But for me, everything that I've done up to this point, so recording this, March 2022, everything up until this point has been fantastic. We've got such amazing team members, but I am the bottleneck. So one of the big things that you have to do as part of the Run Like Clockwork Accelerate program is identify where the bottlenecks are in your business. And I always assumed that it was elsewhere or other people. But after doing this, I realized that I'm such a big bottleneck. So this is why I'm doing this. And I'm not doing this Run Like Clockwork Accelerator program to take me out of business so I can, sit on the beach, drink Mai Tais and just relax with 3 kids. That's never going to happen. No, I'm doing this because by taking myself out of doing so much doing, it will give me time to design, to be able to go and watch more webinars, to read more surveys, to see what the current demand is, to see what the current trends is. And then I can bring it back to you and help you more, whether that be the academy, whether it's the free podcast, whether it be content, the boot camp, the books, or whatever else we end up doing over these years that we have together to help you and to help host and to help increase your direct bookings, to help cut down on the reliance. Maybe it means that I've got more time to go and speak at the stages and do events and impact that way. Maybe it's to do X, Y, or Z. But whatever it means, I need to remove myself as the bottleneck. And so this is my commitment. This is my accountability. And let's see where we are in a year's time. Just like I've been doing for the last 6 years, I've been documenting the whole process. And thank you so much for being part of it. Like I say, I'm super excited. It depends on when this comes out, depends on when this video happens or this podcast happens. If the interview with Mike Michalowicz has already taken place, I will make sure that I drop a link below. If it hasn't yet come out, please do go search for it. Please do go check out the Clockwork book. Go and check out his other books as well. Profit First, Get Different, Fix This Next. There's so many amazing books from Mike Michalowicz that I've consumed and digging into. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mark Simpson. As always, my dedication to you and my mission is to help 1 million hosts cut down on our over-reliance on the OTAs, Airbnb, Booking.com, etc. And it begins and ends with you. So this is the first time that you've tuned in. And if you are a host or a hospitality owner or a property manager and you want to get more direct bookings, stick around. Hit the like button, subscribe, download, but most importantly, share this. Share this in Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, share it on your channels, on your Instagrams, your TikToks, wherever it may be. And let's try and spread the word and let's go and get more direct bookings. Thank you so much for sticking on. I'll see you for another podcast very shortly.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.